effect. The Mandela effect is the one that I don't like at all because it makes me feel like the world's insane. Because I don't like going down rabbit holes or sleuthing when the laws of physics and just how I view all of reality are messed with. But, no rock uncovered. The Mandela effect is very real. Berenstain Bears versus Berenstain Bears is real. And there is no government psyop. How could they get into your house and change all the books from your childhood? I know for a fact it was Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain. Here's one that'll blow your mind. In the movie, and then I'll just leave it at this, and then you go have fun looking up the Mandela effect, and feel free to let me know how in the hell this is happening, because it makes no sense to me. There is absolutely no logic in it. I can't even think of a group or party that would benefit from it or any way they could do it. The fake moon landing makes perfect sense. Means motive opportunity. In a Cold War, having no idea that the Russians are lying about how far ahead they are, America's falling apart at the seams. There's assassinations, riots, bombs. We need something to believe in. Kennedy, all jacked up on meth, says, wow, we go to the moon. We're taxing the shit out of everybody to pay for this moon thing, and we fail, right? So we can't. So what do? They say, let's fake this thing. And they did. So it's not like the heart of darkness evil. It's not like a family of small-headed gentlemen exclusively selling all the hormones for the trans movement, subverting children. To me, that's evil. The moon landing thing makes sense. And then you cover the lie. You establish an entire culture around it. I get it. Mandela effect makes no sense. I don't know how it could be done. And, okay, the movie Field of Dreams, please in the comments section right now, what do they say? If you build it, fill in the blank. If you build it, let me know. What do they say? If you build it, let me know. Oh, wait, I know there's like a 10-second delay because whatever. CERN? Yeah, if you build it, what? If you build it, what? If you build it, what? No, it's not false memories. They will come. 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 Every single person is saying the same thing. That isn't in the movie anymore, guys. It's he will come. Let that sink in. At no point in Field of Dreams do they say they will come. It's he will come. And for those of you that think it's just false memories, look up all the merchandise around If You Build It, They Will Come. Big Bang Theory has satirized it. If I build it, they will come. Wayne's World satirized it with Jim Morrison in the desert and in Wayne's World 2. If you book them, they will come. They will come. And people say, no, it's about his dad. That doesn't even make sense in the plot. He wants to build the baseball field so the players come back. He will come. It's not revealed it's all about his dad till the end. There is no they in the movie. They don't say it one time. It's he. If you build it, he will come. Rewatch the movie. It's insanity. It's been 20 years, bro. His dad. No, Daywalker Bear. It's not. It's been parodied in our culture over and over and over and over again. They will come. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. That isn't uttered in the movie. Okay, so the Mandela effect is a rewriting of the past. And look, I just asked to prove it to you guys. What do they say? Just 99 out of 100 said they will come. What is everyone just remembering it wrong? Of course not. And as a writer, guys, you wouldn't say he will come. That's not in the story yet. It isn't about playing catch with your dad until the end. You don't know that yet. If you build it, they will come. They. And then as an audience, we slowly learn, that his father does come and say, you want to play catch. It's they will come. I believe you will be. I know, dude, it's insane. It's mass gaslighting, right? But how would you do? Yeah, lion and lamb. I know. But how would they do it though? How do they erase all the movies? And that's why I'm having a real hard time with it. It's truly a glitch. The movie would not make sense with He Will Come. Of course not. It reveals the entire third act. In the first act, you don't say what happens in the third act. That makes no sense. Want to have a catch? Exactly. But you say they will come. Shoeless Joe is the first to come. They. It was they. Everyone knows it's they. If you build it, he will come. So what? Just Shoeless Joe comes and no one else comes and there's never a baseball game? There isn't that whole thing where there's the montage and who the fuck is they? So if just Shoeless Joe comes and no one else comes, it's just him throwing a ball in the air and catching it. It's not foreshadowing. If you build it, he will come is not foreshadowing. As an audience, you wouldn't understand what the fuck that meant. Forget about it. There's people that literally won't admit that to themselves. Like what you're seeing right now. Oh no, literary writing, if you're writing a script that makes no sense and everyone knows it's they, and comedy has parodied it as they. Let's look up Amazon. Let's just look up if you build it, they will come. That's iconic. All right. Build a dream. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. Yeah. Never said in the movie one time. If you build it, he will come. Makes no sense. Makes me feel like I'm crazy. Like this. All right. I'll show you right now. Okay, so I just Googled it. Here's an ad campaign for a politician. So this is just the first thing I saw. If you build it, they will come. Keith Irish, Counselor, Ward 1. Regional Transportation. So did he also get it wrong? That it was really he and he remembered it wrong? This is madness. And that's why I don't want to go too far into it because I don't enjoy it. I don't feel there's an end to it. I feel that it's an entrance into chaos. And I don't like it one bit. Berenstain Bears. It was Berenstain, not Berenstain. Build it is euphemism for foreplay. If you build the wall, they won't come. Oh, that's hilarious. Thanks for snapping me out of it. Wayne's World has it in it. I know. You're talking to Jim Morrison. They parody it. Because there's a bunch that don't hit me that hard. Like that that's the thing is I'm skeptical. I'm not just a sucker for every rabbit hole I hear. There's how South America is actually pretty close to Africa on all the maps. But growing up, we all thought it was right under North America. Okay, that doesn't hit me at all. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. The Panama Canal actually flows north-south. Growing up, we all thought east-west. So it was north-south. It's fine. That to me does not make me feel insane at all. I'm very capable of being I guess I remember that wrong. No big deal. If you build it, they will come. And Berenstain Bears, there's no missing that. People saw it wrong a million times in pop culture. Brian, it makes no sense even in the movie. If you build it, he will come doesn't make any sense in the movie. Why would people watch the movie and say, if you build it, they will come over and over and over again in pop culture? Big Bang Theory costs $20 million an episode to make. They have 30 writers. Do you think none of them reference the actual movie? That doesn't make any sense. Life was a box of chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates. I know. Forrest Gump never says life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But see, that one doesn't hit me nearly as hard as if you build it, they will come. And Luke, I am your father. You never said that in Star Wars. It's weird, but it's not as hardcore as, yeah, Luke, I'm your father. He never says that in Star Wars, apparently. That doesn't make me feel insane, though. What makes me feel insane is Berenstain Bears. It was never Berenstain. My mom is a children's literature professor. Instead of Narnia, that's like being like, oh, it's Barnea. It's Barnea. You remember when the kids would go to Barnea? And everyone would be like, you're remembering it wrong. No, it's Narnia. Now, Barnea. It's that insane for Berenstain Bears. Not Barnea. Like, literally right now in the chat, if I didn't reveal what I was just doing, and if I said, oh, by the way, it's Barnea, there would be people being like, yeah, Barnea checks out. You know, I mean, you're remembering it wrong. You know, you go to the magical land of Barnea. No, it was Narnia, and it was Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain. S-T-I-N-E is pronounced Stein. No one would see that and go, Steen. And it was always Berenstain. Or Berenstain. I don't know, whatever the fuck it is. A-I-N is the same thing. Whatever the fuck it is. Berenstain. No one says Berenstain and says A-I-N or I-N-E. That doesn't fucking exist. Oh, let's go to Barnea. Berenstain, not Stein. Berenstain. Whatever the fuck it is. S-T-A-I-N. It was not Berenstain. That would have been a scary title. If I was a kid, I'd be like, Stain. Wait, what the fuck? This is making my head hurt. Hang on. No, I know. That's why I'm not going to focus on it. I'm starting to feel like nothing I remember is real. But don't go with that. It is real. That's why I just showed you it's real. I just said, if you build it, what? And everyone said they will come. Hey, Dorothy, it's okay, pal. I'll get you a bigger ball. I'll get you a big ball. That's why I'm showing you it isn't in your mind. You aren't insane. Everyone remembers if you build it, they will come. Everyone remembers Berenstain Bears. Never Berenstain Bears. That's insane. Barnea. It's as crazy as Barnea. Berenstain Bears. Because I remember I was like, what's up with these Jew bears? Berenstain. I'm like, oh, are these bears trying to sell us Oxycontin? And I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Because I don't like it at all. I like uncovering uncomfortable truths when I can use my senses, my logic, my reason. When I think there's literally a glitch, if you build it, they will come. That's what it was. It was not he will come. It was never he will come. That's insane. That doesn't make any sense. If you can't remember it right, Mandela effect is an easy mind. This is not a mind trick, bro. It's not a mind trick. If you build it, they will come. Not he will come. There are some mind tricks. Like there was one that really got me, that I really, really looked into. It was the sweepstakes, some sweepstakes where someone comes to the door. Who went to the door with the giant check? Who was the spokesperson with the giant check that was like, you're a Toll House sweepstakes. What was it called? What was that sweepstakes called? It was, I genuinely can't remember. I'm not trying to check this out. What was that called? Price is Right? No. What the hell was that? Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse. Yeah, everyone remembers it was Ed McMahon, right? It wasn't Ed McMahon. It was not Ed McMahon. That one is insane, obviously, but I could possibly believe that there was like a parody of Ed McMahon that got famous, or I don't know. That's a crazy Mandela effect. Ed McMahon never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. He's never been to the door with a check. That's a false memory. That's either one of these glitchy Mandela effects, or that one is right on the edge with me, where I told you, yeah, people are like, what? Publishers Clearinghouse, yeah, I know. Ed McMahon, that's they gave him a check in the Tonight Show. Oh, I know, Sirius Bear, but here's the thing. Dude, I researched this shit a lot. No, was that McMahon? No, it wasn't. He never did it once. Guys, I promise. Ed McMahon has never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse according to modern history. Okay? He was a lookalike. No, it wasn't even a lookalike. Never existed. But that one I don't know enough about because I didn't pay attention. So I'm just trying to give you examples of like, I'm not just this gullible dude. I'm not just going to go with something. Like, I know a lot about the Berenstain Bears. I also know a lot of, like, if you build it, they will come was an iconic line that made sense for the plot. The Ed McMahon thing is just insane. I don't fucking understand it. If it wasn't for, like, Berenstain Bears or If You Build It, They Will Come or Luke, I Am Your Father, I would think that these were just mind tricks. There literally is. Ed McMahon did the commercials. No. I mean, did he? There's no evidence of it now. They all say that they never did. That Publishers Sweepstakes or whatever, Clearinghouse or whatever, they literally said that he's never worked for them. Isn't that crazy? Ed McMahon knew how to land the plane. Some of the best Tonight shows were when he was drunk. I don't get drunk. I just land the plane. Did American life insurance. Right. See, that's the thing. I am skeptical. I don't just believe rabbit holes. He did, what did that guy just say? American Family Publishers. American Family Publishers. AFP Clearinghouse commercial at McMahon, right? So is that Mandela effect, or did we seriously just remember it wrong? That one is on the fence. I think it's weird. He did some fucking commercial. He never held a check. Here's what makes it trippy, though. When they made fun of him, they handed him a giant check on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson gave him a giant check as a joke. But Ed McMahon has never held a check, never went to a door, none of it. Okay, even that doesn't freak me out like Berenstain Bears. I know it was never Berenstain Bears or Stain Bears. No, Berenstain. Everyone knows it was Berenstain. And our books now say Stain. They don't say Steen. You know, Darth Vader never says, Luke, I am your father. He never says, Luke, I am your father. He never says it. Never says it once. Mixed memories? No, it's not mixed memories. A lot of people are so just not confident in their own abilities. Some people are overly confident, where it's like any memory they have, they're like, no, fuck that. I remember that everybody was a homo when I was a kid. Everybody had roller skates on. I remember unicorns, bro. There used to be unicorns. That's not me. But there's another psychosis where people just will believe whatever people say. They go, no, it was always Berenstain. They go, oh, I must have been wrong. No. I know what I know. I know my memories. I know my fuzzy memories. I know what I can trust, what I can't trust, to the point where I know that eyewitness testimony is some of the weakest evidence in a case. I know that people can remember things falsely from a week ago. It was traumatic. Okay, the entire group can't all remember it wrong. It has no place in the movie. And people have satirized it. Art has mimicked it. If you build it, he will come makes no sense. He says, I am your father. He never says, Luke, I am your father. Our memories suck. No, they don't suck. That's why this is not fun for me. Because this will make people be like, oh, I can't trust anything in my mind. No, that isn't true. There are some mind tricks, like the Ed McMahon one. That could be a bizarre mix of like Johnny Carson gives him a check. We remember the check guy. I remember Ed McMahon going door to door giving people checks. But I wasn't that into it. It was kind of like a passing thing in my life. If you build it, they will come was a very important line in a movie I love dearly. Berenstain Bears were read to me by my mother, who teaches children's literature. It was never Stine or Stain. That's madness. Ed McMahon and Dick Clark delivered prizes for American Family Publishers. Giant checks? From my research, there was 0 giant checks. Like even the Mandela one, when people say, "Oh, do you remember how long was he in jail?" Blah blah. I'll have that one actually checked out for me. I remember 27 years in jail. Some people remember he got out in the 90s or like 20 years or some shit. That to me isn't very compelling because it wasn't that important in my life. Like I don't have memories of conversations about the memories, of events around the memories. Mandela was just another black guy trying to steal a bike. No, I am your father. That's what I always remembered as Luke, I am your father. Then again, I wasn't that into Star Wars because of not a big fan of sodomy. I've expressed that many times. Berenstain or Steen? It was Steen. It's not Stain. It's not Stain. Oh, that he died in prison. That was the memory. That one didn't. I remember him being released from prison. I remember watching on TV in the 90s. I remember being like, wait a minute, why are they letting that nigger out of prison? I was like 9 or 10. I was like, wait a minute, why are you letting that nigger out of prison? You know he's just going to steal another bike and then put... You know Winnie Mandela once put a tire on a child's neck and burned him alive for being a snitch. Yeah, that's the type of people the Mandelas were. They were disgusting. Luke, you kissed your sister. I know. I always said Steen, like the big German cups. Oh, you said Stain? Interesting. Yeah, when Mandela got let out, I was like, why are you letting that filthy nigger out of prison? I was 10, but I got it. I was like, he's just going to steal your economy. He's going to steal your economy like a bike chained to a tree.